Example 1, I'm going to have you do all these things that are listed on here. You're going to identify the parent function, write the rule, fill in the tables, graph 2 periods of the function, label the axis, that's a big deal, identify amplitude, period, and midline, and then check your answer using Desmos if you'd like to. So the parent function for this one is going to be y equals cosine of theta. So this is where you're going to put your parent function table. And notice that from here to here is 1 period. 2 pi is 1 period. Okay, transformations. The 5 is on the outside, so that's a vertical stretch by 5. And the 3 is on the inside, so that's a horizontal compression by 1/3. So my rule will be 1/3 x, 5y. I'm going to do the y's first because that's going to be easy. Where I take all of these and multiply them by 5 to get this. Okay, this is not as easy. I'm going to take 1/3 times all these. I'm going to get pi over 6, pi over 3. I'm going to get 3 pi over 6, which is pi over 2, 2 pi over 3. Let's see, 5 pi over 6, pi. And I think that says 7 pi over 2, so I'm going to get 7 pi over 6, and then 4 pi over 3. If you look at these, you'll notice they go by 1/6. So I'm going to over here in green write this. I have 0, 1/6 pi, 2/6 pi. You see it? 3/6 pi, 4/6 pi. Okay, so that's this, 4/6 pi, 5/6, 6/6, 7/6, 8/6. I always look for a pattern, and if you don't want to reduce the fraction, that's fine too. I always look for the pattern to make sure that I've actually done it correctly. And then I know if there's not a pattern, then I figure I've done something wrong. So I'm going to count by pi over 6's here. So this will be 3 pi over 6, 4 pi over 6, 5 pi over 6, 8 pi over 6, 9 pi over 6. And then I'm going to make sure this goes up to 5. So 1, 2, 3. That's really far off. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this I'm going to label 5, 2, 3, 4, and negative 5. Okay, and then I'm going to graph 0. It's at 5. 0. Let's see. Did I miss something? And then at pi over 2, it should be back at 0. And then 2 pi over 3 will be back up here at 5. Yep, there we go. So I'm hoping that as you're doing this, you're noticing things that stayed the same and were different. Instead of the amplitude being 1, it got stretched to 5. Okay? The period here was 2 pi. Notice that we chunked it in here. It's now 2 pi over 3. Okay? It took until 2 pi over 3 to get one cycle in, and that was it. The midline on this one is still y equals 0.